Welcome to Old Man Sports Talk. I'm your host, Old Man Nate, and today I'm going to reveal my Week 4 college football top 25. So I'm not going to do a lot of discussion about them tonight. We're going to drop a TikTok video either tonight or tomorrow that will do a little bit more discussion, but not go in depth. And then Thursday night at 26, the 26 Lounge in OKC, we are going to talk more football, and I will do more discussion about last weekend's games and this weekend's upcoming games. I will talk a little bit tonight on, you know, why the changes of some of the teams. Real quick though, I want to make a note. Okay, so this is my top 25. I don't do this off of, I don't go off the AP, I don't go off the coaches, I don't go off of the other people that are on the internet saying their top 25. This is Old Man Nate's top 25. Okay. So if you don't agree with it, that's fine. But leave some comments. Tell me why you don't agree with it. And I will reply to every comment. But if you happen to have my phone number, don't call my house, wanting to know why I ranked a team a certain way. This is my opinion. Okay, I'm allowed to give my opinion. I'm on this to give my opinion. You guys watch because you enjoy my opinion, but don't call me. Do not call me asking for me to give you justification on why I have a team ranked a certain way. If you don't like it, leave me a comment and I'll reply to your comment. We can discuss in the comments below your opinion and my opinion. All right. That's where I need your interaction to be at, not on my text phone, not texting me. Okay. So, again, though, this is my opinion, and I go off of what I see, not what everybody else wants the teams to be, not what the media thinks, not what the coaches think. All right. This is Old Man Nate's opinion. And to be honest with you, um, I think it's pretty accurate. All right. Now I know that there's going to be some other, your main teams that have been in the top for your blue blood teams. I know sometimes it's hard to get rid of them, as far as in the rankings go. But sometimes if they're not putting up to par, they got to fall just like the regular Joe. Okay. So we're going to start off at number 25. Number 25 is the only new uh, team I have in the top 25 this week. It probably should have been there before, um, but I really haven't even got a chance to watch them yet. Now I'll probably watch them this weekend. They have a good game coming up against another ranked team. But at 25, I got Washington State. At 24, dropping 3 spots. This is the nation's um, bandwagon team that everybody has been hyped up on. At 9 o'clock, 9 p.m. Central Time game, so that would have been 8 Mountain Time, drew over 9 million viewers. All right. Part of that was the main game on ABC was not a good game. But also, the part of it is the hype surrounding this team and their head coach. So, but I got them dropping 3 spots this week, and it's because, they were a 20 and a half or 21-point favorite, and they had to go to overtime to win. A great job by Shedeur Sanders and the Colorado Buffaloes on driving down the field, down by 8, to score a touchdown and get the 2-point conversion to send the game to overtime. That's a great drive. It was 98 yards. You can't, I mean, Colorado State did a great job with a punt, and you thought they'd get a stop, but they didn't. 2 costly penalties, though, helped on that final drive, including targeting that got their best defensive lineman ejected from the game. But Colorado dropped 3 spots to number 24. At number 23, dropping 5 spots because they should not have had. I know they went on the road, but they should not have played Nevada as close as they did. So I got Kansas in their worst game so far this season. See if they bounce back this weekend. Um, I believe they're playing. Uh, they got a conference game. Let me think who they playing. Uh, I don't remember. I don't remember. We'll do more. We'll do more discussions. Like I said on Thursday night. But Kansas, I got dropping 5 spots to 23. This one's going to be a shocker. Okay, um, most people don't have this team as low as I do, but the last 2 weeks. So we played 3 weeks of college football. 2 out of the 3, this team didn't look like they deserved to be ranked. They was ranked in the top 5 2 weeks ago, not by me, but by the media and most people. But 2 weeks ago, they was ranked in the top 5 in the AP and the coaches. They lost to Texas at home, and then this last week they struggled on the road at South Florida, and they won, but they had to get a late touchdown to seal the deal. They won 17-3, and so Alabama has dropped all the way to 22 for me. And I'll tell you what, they got a tough game this weekend against Ole Miss. It's a home game. If they end up losing that game, then they will be out of my top 25. In fact, they'll probably be out of a lot of people's top 25, depending on how close the game it is. At number 21, up 4 spots. They entered my top 25 last weekend. They're still in there, and they, you know, they had got off to a hot start against Indiana, but slowed down and hung on to win in a touchdown game. But yeah, Louisville moved up 4 spots to 21. At number 20 and moving up 4 spots is the Miami Hurricanes. They played on Thursday night, I believe it was, against Bethu Cookman or something like that. But yeah, I'm not sure they're playing this weekend, but we'll check it out. We'll have an update on that for you Thursday night. At number 19, moving up 3 spots is Clemson. Don't have much to say about them. They haven't looked impressive, but they got a good game this weekend. They're going to play Florida State. So here's another team that, if they lose this weekend, could be out of top 25. At number 18, only moving up 2 spots, is the Duke Blue Devils. They've been impressive so far this season. I don't know who they're playing this weekend, but we'll check it out and get you an update on them for Thursday night. Moving up 2 spots to 17 are the Oregon State Beavers. And Oregon State, they're going to play them Washington State Cougars this weekend. That will be a good game. I'm looking forward to seeing this shootout to see who really is the better of these two teams. It's in Pullman, Washington, so Washington State. But Oregon State is a slight favorite right now. At number 16, only moving up 1 spot, is the Ole Miss Rebels. Okay. Yeah, I don't remember who they played this past weekend, but they're going into Tuscaloosa this weekend. Alabama has not looked good the last 2 weeks. Ole Miss has got to be licking at the chops. One thing interesting note, Ole Miss's defensive coordinator was at Alabama last year. So you think he don't know some tricks about Alabama? And another thing, okay, I don't know about South Florida. I don't know if there's anybody on their coaching staff from Alabama, but Texas had a couple people that used to be assistants at Alabama under Nick Saban, including their head coach, Steve Sarkisian. He was the offensive coordinator for Alabama a couple years. Last time they won a national championship, he was there. So, that's going to be an interesting game. Another good game to watch. Can't wait for that one to hit it off. At 15, moving up only 1 spot. And honestly, because they finally had an impressive game. I was looking for more spots to move them up. However, I couldn't do it simply because the teams in front of them also have been impressive. Um, there's some teams that moved down already, but there was none of them. I believe none of the teams in front of. Well, Tennessee did. I could have dropped Tennessee more, but other than that, I don't think anybody other than Tennessee had lost this past weekend or has a loss. So, but number 15 is Ohio State Buckeyes. They finally named a starting quarterback. They was rotating a couple guys, and finally looked impressive offensively. So, um, they got a big game this weekend. Man, this is a big one. They play Notre Dame. I can't wait for this. This is another game I can't wait for. This weekend is going to be. Finally, we got a good weekend. I mean, Labor Day weekend we had some good games, but some of those games that we thought was, or that were labeled as good, we was just excited for football to be back. This weekend there is a bunch of really good football games. At 12, moving up. I'm sorry. We're not there yet. At 14, moving up one spot is LSU. LSU with an impressive win at Mississippi State this past weekend. So, yeah, great game for them. I don't know. Again, I don't know how good Mississippi State is, but they won like 40, 41-7 or something like that. So very impressive. We'll see. We'll see what they can do. I don't remember off the top of my head if they have a big game this weekend or not. But yeah, more updates from them on Thursday. At 13, moving down 4 spots, and really probably should have moved them lower than this, is Tennessee. Yeah, definitely should have had probably LSU and Ohio State in front of them at least. But yeah, they went in the swamp and they got stuck in the mud. They couldn't do anything. So yeah, they're not as good as I thought they was going to be. I thought Milton was going to be, a quarterback that was lighting up the SEC, and he just hasn't done anything. He hasn't done it. They don't have any impressive wins. So yeah, I had said before the season they were going to win the East. Right now, it doesn't look like it. They have a chance in the East. Georgia would probably beat them. Heck, I mean, you can name probably Florida them beat them. There's some other teams. Heck, even Missouri looks like they could probably beat them. So, yeah, Tennessee guys got to fix things really quick, or they're going to lose control of any chance of winning the conference this year. At number 12, moving up one spot, is North Carolina. I don't remember who they played this past weekend, but they did okay. They're gonna we'll talk Thursday more about them, see who they're playing and what to expect from them. Okay. At number 11, dropping 3 spots. Now there's another team a lot of people are high on, and I actually moved them up quite a bit. Moved them up 8 spots last weekend after their impressive win over Alabama. However, after watching Alabama play this past weekend, I can't help but think maybe it wasn't an impressive win over Alabama. And maybe this team is not as good as we thought they were. Now I do understand after you win a big game, sometimes that following week, if you're playing somebody you think you're just going to roll over, you just tend to relax and not do as well as everybody thinks you should. But when you're 10-10 after 3 quarters, against a team that's again not very good, then that has to make me think, well, maybe you're not that good. Now they rattled off 21 points in the 4th quarter to go ahead and win it 31-10. But if that was Kansas, they would have got beat. If that was Kansas State, they would have got beat. If that was Texas Tech, they would have got beat. And of course, if it was Oklahoma, they would have got beat. So I didn't drop them. I dropped them 3 spots, but that's the Texas Longhorns coming in at number 11. At number 10, moving up 2 spots with another very impressive win over a nobody. But again, I've said this from week one. If you're doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing, you're going to move up. Meaning, if you're whipping the crap out of teams that you're supposed to be whooping the crap out of, you're going to move up. It's when you're at a stagnant and you're barely getting by when teams like last week, Texas should have beat the crap out of Wyoming, then that's when you drop or stay the same. So moving up 2 spots to number 10 is Oklahoma. And that's right. I got Oklahoma above Texas. After just 2 weeks ago, I had Texas above Oklahoma. So it can change week by week. And that's the thing about college football is you better come ready to play every single week. We'll see how good Oklahoma is this week. They open Big 12 conference play at Cincinnati, a newcomer of the Big 12. We'll talk more about it on Thursday. But yeah, it'll be a very interesting game. At number 9, moving up 2 spots, is the Oregon Ducks. Another good game. Here we go. We got Deion Prime Time Sanders coming to town in Eugene, Oregon this weekend. And you know, Deion's going to have all the media talking about that game. We'll talk more about it on Thursday. I'll give my predictions in that game. But yeah, looking forward to another game that I'm looking forward to this weekend. At number 8, moving up 2 spots, is Utah. Utah had a win this weekend. I've got to find out. I do not know. I've been meaning to look, and I just kept forgetting. But I got to find out if their quarterback is back in action, the one that was their starter last year, tore his ACL in the Rose Bowl, and I know he's been itching to get on the field. He was hoping to be back for the Florida game. He didn't make it. I know he didn't make it for week 2 also, but I'm not sure if he made it last week. We'll find out though. I'll let you know on Thursday. We talk more about Utah. At 7, staying in the same place, did not move up. They were off last week, so the only way they're going to move up is if people lost or looked really bad to where this team could jump in it. So they stayed at 7. That's USC. At number 6, they've been 6 from week 1. Is the Georgia Bulldogs. They have not put a complete game together all season. In fact, the first half they sleepwalk. All 3 games they just sleptwalk all the way through. And I don't like this when you play down your competition. I don't like it. It doesn't, to me, it don't look good for you because you're going to get caught. Now, granted, Georgia's got an easy schedule. They could easily make it to the playoffs and not play a single tough game, including the SEC championship. All right, because the SEC has not looked good at all this season. And I'm going to give my rankings on those conferences again at the end of, on Thursday. All right. So Georgia, again, they struggled against South Carolina. In fact, they were down 14-3 at halftime, and then managed to pull away and win it. I think it was 28-14, or it could have been 31-14, something like that. So, anyways, Georgia's got UAB this weekend. Another team. Now, Alabama struggled against South Florida. That's about the same caliber as UAB, but Georgia needs to play a complete game. They need to be up 28-0 after the first quarter in this game, instead of wait till the second half to make adjustments. You should have been scouting already. Should already have a game plan. Come out firing in the first quarter. At number 5, dropping 4 spots. This team was number 1 for me last week. They only stayed number 1 for 1 week, and they won this week, but it was a lot closer than it should have been, as they won 31-27 to 29 over Boston College, and I'm talking about Florida State. So Florida State drops from number 1 to number 5. They got a big game this weekend though, or they got to play Clemson. We'll talk more about that game on Thursday. Give my predictions on what I think will happen in that game. At number 4, dropping 2 spots despite the win, is Michigan. Michigan is another team like Georgia that is not doing what they're supposed to be doing. Okay, they're winning, and I mean their defense is playing really good, but their offense is just, I don't know, it is very, it's not exciting football anymore. 31-7. You know, back when I was growing up, it sounded like a blowout. 31-7 now against teams that you should be blowing out sounds like you only played a half of football. So, and that can be okay if you play the first half of your starters and the second half will play with third and fourth string and just can get things going. But when you're playing, you're not playing your backups till the fourth quarter, and so it gives you a third quarter to add some points on. You're not. It just don't look good for you. At number 3, staying in the same place, is Penn State. Penn State, they got I forget who they're playing this weekend. We'll talk more about them on Thursday. See who they're playing, and we'll talk more on Thursday about Penn State. At number 2, and they got a big game this weekend. I don't know where the game's at. They're playing Ohio State, and I've got Notre Dame Fighting Irish at number 2. They I can't remember who they played, but they won. They won by at least 21. I don't think it was this week they played North Carolina State. I think it was the week before, but yeah. Anyways, Notre Dame I got at number 2, and a new number 1 moving up from 5 to 1 are the Washington Huskies. The Washington Huskies may have the most impressive schedule and wins this season, as they went on the road to Michigan State, and they did what you're supposed to do if you're way better. I believe they won like 41-7, but it was up 28-0 early. All right, early in the game, it was up 28-0. That's what you're supposed to do. If you're way better, dominate the team, put them out their misery, and don't let nobody guessing about how good you are. It's when you score those late touchdowns to pad the score, to make it look like, for those people that just look at scores and don't really look at what else happened during the game. That's when you can persuade some voters to get your vote. But when you look at the box score and I see Washington got 28 points to 0 in the first half over a Power 5 team, then yeah, on the road, then yeah, you're going to get my respect. So Washington has done what they're supposed to do all season. I don't remember who they're playing this weekend. We'll talk more about them on Thursday. But yeah, there's my Old Man Nate's top 25. If you haven't already, please take the time right now to like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Ring the bell. That way, every time Old Man Nate drops a video or goes live, you get notified, and you know that Old Man Nate is got something new. So I was just seeing the comments. So if you're still on, so Bill, good evening, sir. Tanish, she said night. I don't know what that's about, but Roger, if you're still on, game of the week, Notre Dame should win that one. Yeah, I'm going to talk more about those games on Thursday, but yeah, I do. I'll just say I do think Notre Dame wins that game. Notre Dame is another team. That's why they're ranked number 2 for me. They have looked impressive all season too. They've done what they're supposed to do, winning games easily over teams that they should. They're not struggling to get the win. They're not getting 10 or 14 points late in the game to pad the score to make it look like they had control the whole game. When you go look at the box score, it was 10-10 after 3, like Texas has done or like Georgia has done. Those teams, even, I don't know, I got to look more into Michigan, I'll be honest with you. But yeah, Florida State had an early lead on Boston College, but let them get back into it. And then it was a nail biter all the way down to the end. So, anyways, I appreciate everybody who is checking out my videos. Leave comments. I appreciate the comments. I will respond to every single comment. Like I said, if you haven't already, please like, subscribe, ring the bell. That way you get notified every time Old Man Nate goes live or drops a video. Also, at this time, if you haven't already, go to oldmancoffee.shop and get you some coffee. We have 47 different flavors of coffee to choose from. We have grinds, and we also have some K-Cups. Also, you can get you a tumbler to drink your coffee in. We have 2 different sizes you choose from. And then also, we have your Old Man Nate Sports Talk t-shirts. Support Old Man Nate by getting a t-shirt or a tumbler. And we are still running our specials right now. If you buy a t-shirt and a tumbler, or 2 tumblers or 2 t-shirts, you get a bag of coffee for free. So check that out. Go to oldmancoffee.shop and support Old Man Nate. Well, again, I appreciate everybody for dialing in and supporting Old Man. Leave comments. Tell me what you think. Tell me if my top 25 is all screwed up, or give me who you think your top 25 is. What's up, Nichols? Glad you could join. Appreciate you stopping by. You'll be able to check out. You can go to my website. This will be live, or this will be on there for you to check out since you missed most of the show. But go back in and tell me what you think of it. Also on TikTok, you can follow me on TikTok at Old Man Sports Talk, and I'm going to release the same top 25 on TikTok. I've got a couple more things to do to have that video ready. It'll be either released tonight or tomorrow. All right. Again, thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next time right here on Old Man Sports Talk.